So then she fought back.
5'9".
I'm trying to find like oh, there's no picture.
Sisters, there's no picture, damn it.
I want to show you the picture of her. So yeah. So she wrestled the hammer from him and swung its claw 3 times
What do you
before
want?
into his skull. So Susan grabbed his throat when he got the hammer back and she demanded, "Who sent you here?" And yeah, caught her as she ran from the bedroom because she got spooked and ran. Uh, he punched her. She fell to the floor. He was standing over with a hammer, and she thought that she was going to die today. But then she managed to pull him to the floor. She started to bite him, and uh, so she bit his arm, his flank, his thigh. She even bit through his zipper to his
Oh, I
genitals.
remember. I
And
remember this now.
she was like, she was trying to get it. It lasted 14 minutes. So she threw her left leg over his body, climbed on top of him, and hooked her left arm around his neck. "Tell me who sent you here, and I will call you a fucking ambulance," she yelled in his face. He said nothing. He growled. She leaned forward, tightening her forearm around his throat, and he stopped moving. Then she grabbed the hammer and fled to the neighbors to call 911. Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Oh my
Wow.
god.
I always imagine if anything like that would ever happen to me, like, they're really gonna have to fight. Like, they're really gonna have to. Because I'm telling you right now, when I get angry, I just feel like there is no stopping me.
I
I
would
would
fight
just
for my
fight
life.
to I will fight you out. If I have to bite off your fingers with my teeth, it's coming. I
Well, that's what
promise.
they say.
Like,
Like, leave as much evidence on them as possible. Bite marks,
Yeah, or try and
DNA.
get as much off of them as
Yep.
well to leave at the scene. It's like, yeah, it's like if you get like kidnapped or something like that, you're supposed to
bite,
try and
claw,
leave as many
scratch,
clues about.
pull.
Isn't that
Yeah.
awful? Like, you have to think about
Yeah.
fighting just to leave evidence so they can solve your murder.
I was watching one thing she does a lot of true crime. Annalise, I can't remember her last name, but she did a podcast with Lawyer and she was like I think he asked her like what got you into it, and she was like, oh, like a lot of like a lot of women, like we want to kind of like figure out how like to try and understand it and like figure out how to not have it happen to you, to try and be like, right, okay, this happened, what would I do, this happened, what would I do, or like how do I not, like how do you keep an eye out on this so you don't kind of try not to get in these situations, because that's just kind of how you have to think really. You
Yeah.
can't just walk. Like I remember talking to a friend and like they were like, oh yeah, I just went on a walk, and I was like, it was late at night, and he was like, yeah. I was like, I could never do that. Like it
No.
depends on the area, but you have to think about like, okay, well, I was what time is it, what area is it, kind of thing. Like, is it busy? It's like you just don't have that kind of same life experience, I guess.
Literally, I'm maybe a paranoid person, but I watched a man follow a woman and her little girl around Walmart, and he would
Mm-hmm.
stand so close to her, right? He would stand like right next to them, like within feet. And I
Mm.
thought maybe that was her boyfriend because
Or
of
like
how
someone they
close he was,
know.
because he was like
Yeah.
just standing there with his hands in the pocket staring at the shelf. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's weird. Maybe it's his, well, anyways, I found her later with her little girl, and I seen him walk by the end of the aisle we were in. And when I
Mm-hmm.
say I seen him around her enough that I, thought something about it.
Yeah.
And so I ended up asking her if she knew him or if that was like her husband or boyfriend. And she's like, no, I don't know him. And I was like, I
Oh.
don't know if you've noticed, but he's been standing right next to you multiple times.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
she
yeah.
she had like a little girl about 6 years old.
Oh gosh.
And I was like, if you don't know him, I'm just saying he's been too close to you too many times that I thought he was your boyfriend.
Yeah,
And she's
oh
like, I
gosh.
don't know him at all. And I was like, well, you might just want to be careful. Like, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
be
And I
cautious.
know, like, I know that sounds crazy,
No, but
but
I would be paranoid as well. Is the thing, like, you just don't know sometimes. Just get a bit
It's
but
of a
better to
we
say
li-
something.
yeah, exactly.
we live off of a major interstate,
Yeah.
and you can be 3 hours north or south and be out of the state, basically.
Mm,
And so, and not even have to stop. Like, not you
mm.
would be fine. So it's like
I think
it's
you have to be cautious about
crazy.
that kind of stuff. Definitely, yeah. I'd like to say it than leave it and then be like, oh gosh.
Well, we
That
were
reminds me of
even
a
like,
different case.
um,
Um,
Oops.
yeah.
sorry, real life.
No.
We were
Yeah.
at the bookstore, which is my safe haven, and there was this older guy that like walked up right on me, and like he was standing behind me, and I couldn't figure out what he was doing, so I moved away, and then he showed up again behind me, and he had his camera out, and I noticed that he was like taking pictures, right? And I was like, "Excuse you," and he kind of just like dismissed it, and so I went and told my friend. I was with my friend, and she's a lot more confrontational than I am, and
Mm.
he was doing it to another woman as well, and she was like calling attention in the store like very loudly, going, "Why the hell are you taking pictures of her butt? Why are you taking pictures?" Like very like loud. And
Oh.
she got the manager, and he was like this older man, and he wouldn't do anything. So like one of the other women that works there, she is very much confrontational as well. She was like on him about it, like, you need to leave, because he was going around multiple women, like getting up and like bending down looking like he was looking at books, but he was taking pictures, and we could see that
Oh
he was doing
yeah.
it, like we could see his
Mm.
screen.
Yeah,
But yeah, she
yeah.
was loud, and like these other bigger guys were in there with their wives, and they're like, what's going on? And she's like, that man right there, that right there, like loud, pointing at him, like, that man is taking pictures of women on his phone. And like this guy's like trying to get out of the store, and she's like, no, and like all these guys are like surrounding like the women, like, you just need to get out of here, man. Like, like,
Oh gosh.
it was like, yeah,
It's
you've got to call attention to it. I'm not that
I'm not as
confrontational.
brave. No, I'm not. I don't like confrontation, but
it
like,
depends on what day of the week it is. But here lately, I'm ready to fight anybody. I was ready to fight the people in the pizza place because I had, I first off, they're like, oh, hold on. And I had already ordered, like, my stuff. And they're like, you need to hold on a little bit. We'll be right there. So I sat there and not even at the window for like 5 minutes. And then they get on there and they're like, we're kind of busy. You'll just have to come in. And I drive around and there's one person sitting at the window and I have to go inside to get my pizza, in which I still have to stand there. And I'm the first one there for like another 5 minutes. And I'm
yeah,
just like, somebody could just hand me my stuff because I had already paid and I could have walked out and I wouldn't even had to be there.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel so spicy lately. And I didn't like my kids had like a substitute bus driver yesterday morning, and I didn't like the way he drove. And I went and picked up my kids from school yesterday.
I'm like that with deliveries. I can be very feisty with. I don't know why. Postage gets me really angry if it's incorrect. Like that one time where I literally waited by the door because I was having a big delivery of fabric, and I was like, I need this fabric, and like it was a few rolls, so I was just like, no, I'm gonna be by the door. I was literally by the door. I saw this big van pull up in front of my house. And then I was waiting because I wasn't just gonna, I don't know, it felt weird just opening the door and waiting for them, just staring at them. So I was just waiting for them to knock on my door, and then they just drive away. No knocking on the door, nothing. And then I get an email saying they delivered it. And I was literally just like, what the fuck? No, you haven't. And I had to literally ring around my neighbors to be like, did my package get delivered to you? And like, so I'm like at the bottom of the street. It got delivered to right at the top. So for some reason they parked down the bottom and then walked with my package away from my house. And I was just like, I was so fuming. I was just like, this isn't great. Like, because I like, it was a big package. It was me and an elderly woman that were trying to get it down to my house. And I was literally like,
Oh,
this is
no.
not convenient. I got so angry.
Ray, there's some days that I would absolutely. There's some days that I'm
Swear
just
up.
like, today's the day. Today's the
Yeah,
day
I think it does depend on what it is.
like, some days I'm just spicier than others. Someday I'm
like, I'm one event away from being featured on an episode of Snapped.
Sister, where are you going? And I will go there too, so we can.
Hold on, I gotta figure this out.
just letting it take you.
Jackpot.
Jackpot.
I bet Dandy would be one of those delivery drivers. Just park around the street and toss my stuff. Zoom away.
Get out.
Just trying to bring them in. My groceries, and the driver said you can't take them until I get a photo. Yeah. Well, sometimes like I would prefer a photo just for their thing, but at the same time, like I love it whenever I get a photo and it's not even of my door, and you can see.
I was gonna say it's not even my house.
Yeah, you can see the number of the picture and be like, "You said that you delivered to this. Do you not see the same house number that I'm seeing in this damn picture?"
Exactly. No, like
that's when I feel like companies need to make their drivers accountable for going back and getting it and redelivering it and making it mess into their time. Because if I can see the picture, they have to take that extra step to take a picture, and I can see the picture that it's not my fucking house number, then they should be able to see it as well.
They didn't even take a picture this time. They literally just said delivered neighbor, or like delivered. I think they said it delivered to my house. So like I was literally just like, they haven't delivered it to my house, and I didn't know which. I was like, I saw them there, so I'm hoping that I literally had to just knock on all of my neighbors' doors for it.
Oh gosh, yeah,
there's no thing. No! Oh no! How did 50% truck damage from just riding up on the little berm thing? What? It's not really little, but
I have a great relationship with our USPS driver, like our regular mail delivery guy, and he's really great because like when something is fragile, like he'll open the door and like try to hide it or like put it somewhere where people don't grab it, because we have like porch pirates here.
Yeah, you have it real bad over there, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's really good about like hiding stuff and making sure that stuff doesn't get broken and stuff. Now, with UPS and FedEx, it's a game, because our driveway is like straight up. It's a bitch of a driveway, and they don't like walking up it. So, and I remember when we ordered something that was going to be big, and I paid for extra for them to bring it into the house, because I was like, I don't want to haul it into the house. And like I could see them out there like standing looking at my driveway from the bottom, like, is this worth it? And I threw open that garage so fast, like, hey, you can bring it in.
B Camp, I feel your pain about that, by the way. I feel your pain. Like I don't like when I don't like nasty kids, and if somebody else won't parent them, I will.
I saw something on I saw something where like they basically
mean,
like
they're not gonna sit there and just be mean to my kid while their parents doing something else. I've seen so many videos about that lately, like other kids being somewhere and like somebody not watching their kids, so that kid is getting like bullied by other kids right there in front of their parents.
I've seen that thing where they literally just like hovered over like the doorbell, taken a photo, and then just legged it so they didn't have to deliver it. Like, oh, sorry, you went home. It was like, no, we went home.
What are you doing? Like they're pushing the doorbell.
Yeah, they act like they're pushing it, take the photo, and then just leave so they don't have to take the stuff out of the van.
That's when you choose violence and you talk to them over the doorbell.
Yeah. Like I like my regular postman. He's great because I'll just talk. I'll just like talk to him. I'll just be like, hi, you can leave it there. I'll make my way down, kind of thing. It's got like an enclosed kind of like area.
Hold on a minute. Oh, no. That was a bad decision. Listen, I hope nobody expects good driving here. That doesn't happen. Oh, you were playing American Truck Simulator too. Nice.
I got you, sister.
There you go.
Did I go to the wrong?
I did. Oh, okay. At least we drive like you do. me feel more comfortable. If you come in here expecting normal driving, we're very sorry. This is maybe not the stream for you.
We give truck drivers anxiety.
Yes,
I don't
we
know
do.
why. I don't like to
It's
think of this as a simulator. I like to think of it as GTA for trucks.
That's because that's how you play it.
absolutely. Yeah, that's sister likes the third lane. It's her favorite lane.
Yep.
Yeah, she likes the hard shoulder.
Today we are discussing true crime during trucking. It's become a thing as of lately.
I just pop in, tell my stories, and then disappear.
But we got onto like fighting bitches. Apparently,
Well, I was supposed to be working, but like I can't. It's like I'm waiting for the fix it man. So I don't want to get started with something, and then as soon as I get started with something, he's going to interrupt me. And I bet he's not going to even make it. He was supposed to come on like Tuesday during our stream, but I had someone else in the house, so I was like, oh well, at least that's fine. And then he was supposed to come at 10 a.m. this morning, and said, oh no, he can't go. He has to go somewhere else first. He'll come like from 1. And I was like, well, I have a meeting at 3, so if it's after 3, I can't do it. And it's 2 now, so we shall see. I don't even know if he can fix it in an hour.
Listen, truck, you can make it. Stop grinding those gears. Thank you so much for the raid, Chew, and the follow.
I've got to go to this. I gotta go fix my truck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow you because I have 50% truck damage from my little incidente earlier.
Do you want to play chicken?
No, not really. Please don't do it. Okay, fine.
Dandy would play leapfrog if she could with this mode.
At this point, the truck is just gone anyways. It doesn't matter. Oh, there's somebody behind me and they're interfering with my... Oh, I have a vehicle malfunction. Listen.
I had speed on my side.
Okay.
Whee.
Okay, beep, 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 beep. Well, now we're on. Wait, okay.
I feel like it's a free to wreck since I'm heading to the service station anyways. So it
How
will
far
get
is
to my
the
way.
service
They're
station
getting
from
knocked into 1 hour and 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in a little podunk town. So anyone that gets in my way, ramming their ass.
I didn't get to say bye to Will before I got terminated earlier.
Ooh.
Oh, so you're
We
from...
have so many Australians on here.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank God I could bypass the way station. I'm pulling so much.
I don't ever
Stop
stop
our
at
way
them
station.
anyways.
I don't either.
I don't ever stop.
The fine for not stopping at them is cheaper than the fine from having so much damage. So I choose to take that fine.
Oh, there was another one I was thinking of while you guys were talking about, like,
Funny bitches.
in like supermarkets, that I remembered. But there was one woman, it was like she's like a mummy vlogger kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she on TikTok she went viral because she said basically that like she was talking about how her kids almost got kidnapped and was like blaming this couple and basically saying like, watch out, these are the things you need to watch out for, you know, we're so into our technology that we just don't know what's happening these days. And she filed a police report as well, I guess, so that it seemed legitimate, but literally she just like made it all up. Like you look at the like they I think that she was in prison for or at least parole for doing a false police report because she claimed that this couple
as well. That's bullshit.
Yeah, because she claimed this couple, I don't know if it was race related as well. I can't remember what she called them. But yeah, so this couple were like following her around the store and were talking about her children and describing them on the phone.